Tuesday, November 5th was a historic day. 150 million Americans chose freedom over tyranny, free speech over censorship, prosperity over hardship. By the time Trump secured victory at 4 a.m., the American people had already spoken. The stock market jumped 3% overnight. Bitcoin soared past 75K to new all-time highs. And best of all, my Tesla shares have shot up over 30% since election day. Thanks, Daddy Elon. Now that was of course mainly due to investors pricing in Musk's new involvement in government policy, since Elon did play quite a big role in Trump winning the election. But make no mistake, this past Tuesday wasn't just an election, it was a goddamn revolution. Millions of Americans voted to end the era of suppression, inflation, and nonsense woke culture that has plagued the world for the last 4 years. And my faith in humanity has been ever so slightly restored. And for the leftist woke warriors who are inevitably gonna comment some 700-word essay about why Trump sucks, please leave a comment. I don't care. This isn't about politics. I don't give a flying fuck who you voted for. I don't even live in America. But regardless of your political stance, a win for Trump is a win for capitalism. And a win for capitalism is a win for copywriting. And if you're a copywriter, you need to understand how the things that are going on in the world affect our industry. To put it simply, if you're in the business of making money, then Trump's victory is a very good thing for you. Now, I'm not talking a C19 level market boom for copywriters, but it is going to be big nonetheless. Huge, one might say. Between the proposed tax cuts and curbing of inflation and interest rates, increased support and funding for many high growth sectors, including tech, AI, and crypto, and all around pro-business policies that Trump's promising to bring in, the next 4 years are positioned for unprecedented growth and opportunity and will set many people up to create generational wealth. And if you play your cards right, there is no reason why you can't also make a shitload of money over the next 4 years. In fact, one of our CMB members just had his first USD $250,000 month at 31% profit margins in October. In the real estate niche, without starting an agency, launching his own offer, or becoming some copywriting guru. That is $77,000 cold hard cash in his pocket simply by getting good at copywriting and marketing and landing one solid client. Imagine where he'll be in 4 years under Trump's administration. And if you're unsure how any of this Trump stuff relates to copywriting, let me break it down for you. Understand, the general narrative here is that when taxes, inflation, and interest rates, the bad guys, are lower, then people spend more money, businesses invest in growth, meaning they hire more people, like copywriters, to grow. Thus, the whole economy grows, and this is what we call a bull market. In these times of certainty, people are optimistic about the future, they take more risks, they borrow more money, they spend and invest more money. And all of this means that there is a greater pool of money in circulation and an increased opportunity for people like you and I to dip our hands into that pool and put some of that money into our own pockets. And if you're still confused how this works, you're not alone. The macroeconomy is just about the only thing in the world more confusing than the female brain, so don't worry, I get it. Let me break it down for you policy by policy so you understand. Pay attention because this could very well make you rich, okay? Good. Policy number 1. Trump has promised to reduce inflation. What that means is that everyday goods, food, rent, iPhones, everything becomes relatively cheaper for everyday people like you and me. Which means people buy more stuff because they have a higher disposable income and they can afford it. So that means they buy more online products from e-com brands, they buy more info products, they buy more coaching programs. And on the other side of this also means businesses then need to sell more stuff to meet the increased demand, which means businesses put an increased emphasis on marketing to sell more stuff because they're getting a higher return on investment from their marketing budget than they usually would. And who do they need to write all the ads, emails, sales pages, and funnels so they can sell more stuff? That's right, copywriters. So the result here is a double pump on both the consumer side and the business side. Lower inflation equals people buy more stuff, equals businesses want to sell more stuff, equals there is an increased demand for copywriters. And if you don't believe me, look at the industry studies. During Trump's previous presidency from 2017 to 2021, the entire copywriting industry experienced sizable growth compared to previous periods. Hell, in 2017, the year Trump was elected, AWAI, the Writers Association, reported a significant demand for quality copywriting, highlighting the importance of online content and having skilled writers to produce that content. Okay, so I'm not just making shit up here that sounds good to fit my narrative, all right? This is all backed by real data and industry trends. With that said, let's take a look at policy number 2, tax cuts. So Trump has promised to lower the tax rates for both individuals and businesses from 21% to as low as 15%. That means that businesses are more incentivized to produce a profit because it means they get to keep more of the money that they make. Fair enough. So a lot of entrepreneurs who are sitting around at the 6 or 7-figure level, content with their businesses and their lives, are now waking up. They're seeing the opportunity here and they're thinking, shit, if I'm ever going to scale to 8 or 9 figures, now is the time. I hang out with a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, millionaires, online and offline. And let me tell you, there is a very strong euphoria in the business world this week. A lot of my friends in the coaching industry have decided to go all in on their businesses and scale to 8 or even 9 figures instead of just having a cool lifestyle business that they had before, because they know that this opportunity to create generational wealth won't be around forever. Hell, I've even started hearing the term Trump pump being thrown around a lot. That's how you know that there's something going on in the market. Which brings me to policy number 3, lowering interest rates. Now, while Trump can't directly control interest rates as those are determined by the Fed, he is placing a lot of downwards pressure on the Fed to reduce those interest rates. What does that mean for you and me? It means that if interest rates are lower, it is cheaper to borrow money. So more businesses take on loans to grow their businesses. And growth means increased ad spend. It means increased hiring of sales reps, social media managers, media buyers, content writers, and yes, copywriters. And on the flip, in the consumer side, lower interest rate also means that ordinary everyday consumers like you and I can borrow more money because they can afford to. So people take out home loans, car loans, credit cards, and they buy more stuff. That includes, once again, e-com, info products, and yes, coaching programs. All of the most common things that copywriters are hired to help sell. So once again, we get this double pump from both the consumer and the business side. Which brings me to Trump's 4th and final policy, and that is an increase in government funding for high growth sectors like tech, AI, and crypto. And assuming we don't fall into another recession or a market crash or some random terrorist or black swan event, then Silicon Valley is primed to absolutely explode over these next 4 years. And if you're sitting there thinking like, who cares, dude? I'm a copywriter, I'm not the founder of Apple. Understand that growth in tech has a direct trickle-down effect into e-com, SaaS, coaching, info products, and pretty much all the big money copywriting niches that you might be writing for. Meaning there are more businesses in these niches looking to hire good copywriters. Especially these last couple months of the year with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas sales, Boxing Day sales, New Year sales rapidly approaching, the demand for copywriters skyrockets at this time of year. And combine that with Trump winning the election, and the copywriting industry is set to absolutely explode over the next couple months. But only for copywriters that are good. If you think you can just sit here, rest on your laurels, kick back, and get hired simply because you exist, you, my friend, are in for a rude awakening. Yes, Trump's victory will make the next 4 years easier for you, but you're still the one that needs to make it happen. You still need to keep honing your copywriting skills and getting better. You still need to be proactive with your outreach. You still need to hold yourself accountable. And you still need to show up every single day and put in the work. If you take these next 4 years seriously, you could be well on track to set yourself up for life. But if you sit there for the next 4 years, continuing to work that job you hate, doing nothing about it, scrolling TikTok, playing video games, then you will quite literally piss away potentially one of the greatest wealth transfers that we could see in our lifetime. And if you're like, Sean, that sounds incredible, I'm so fired up, but I have no idea where to start, I have put together a free 9-part course right here on YouTube on how to go from zero to making $10,000 a month as a copywriter. I'm not talking some whimsy fluff course with a sales pitch at the end. Okay, there is no sales pitch. This is a full, nothing held back, step-by-step course on exactly how to make a full-time income copywriting starting from zero. I promise it is genuinely more valuable than most people's paid programs because my students have been through nearly all of them and they report this stuff to me. So please don't discount it just because it's free. So if you want to take advantage of the copywriting revolution and not wait until the market becomes too saturated, too competitive, click the link to watch part 1 right now, and I'll see you on the other side.